It was another long night. As you sit there, it's more akin to an early morning. But it's never morning until you wake up. Never tomorrow until we cross an unconscious barrier. Some might say it's the key to immortality. To live as if tomorrow never comes. You start to hear everything. Every little crack and bend. Your eyes twitch and your head aches. Your body doesn't want to cooperate because your mind is a fool and refuses to quit. It says it's not over yet. Tomorrow never comes because today never was. You can't tell yourself it's time for more of the same, more nothing. You prepare yourself and your mind just quits. A fuse blows and you become confused. What is tomorrow? What is today? What's this year? Where am I going? You stand there and think. You really try to think about the last time you had dreams, had a motive, had purpose. You realize it's this moment you had been dreading, this moment when you look back on years and think, when was the last time? You look on what you have, or rather don't, but you're too jaded and tired to really reevaluate anything. You stop in disgust at your situation, all the while realizing how powerless you are to change anything. It all seems so absurd. You think of objectivity, work, priority. You stay awake, focused on sleeping. You need it. You start again. In an hour, you need to be out of the shower, ready to go. It's Wednesday, but it still feels like Tuesday to you, and the dawn that feels like dusk, as the cool blue pervades and invades the outline of the things in your room you've let define you. It's been years since you've had dreams, and you've all but given up on the concept of humanity, because day after day, everything seems so much more mechanical. You wonder if you're a robot. The stream hits your head and shocks into you like a needle into your consciousness, and you clean yourself to maintain everything, so that everything is normal, everything the same. All the clocks and water coolers, stolen pens, loose leaf, your expired milk and half-empty orange juice, the dirty dishes and the remote control with the 2 different batteries, the old souvenirs from childhood, memoirs given shape but to never be read, ties and watches, funny cartoons and wholesale office supplies, useless talk and disposable data, the silverware your mother gave you, the dishes you bought on clearance at Target, your nail clippers and your broken computer, the notes you wrote from a time when you felt alive, and a spare room for all the happiness you never had. Bit by bit, the madness, the sadness, the badlands of your mind get rolled out like an expensive carpet on layaway. Everything you regret, you remember. Everything in the future that will damn you then damns you now. It's all real, all equal. First you lament over losing sleep, but then you regret the growing tumorous debts, the world's problems that became yours, and why you went to the poorhouse instead of Princeton, and became a puppet instead of a poet. When you were a kid, you just wanted to write. You scored high marks in AP classes and got ready for college. You got accepted and devoted yourself. You wrote your masterpiece, the post-apocalyptic novel, the day after the bomb dropped. Everyone told you it was great. Kerouac meets King. It was sure to get published. Your father died. Your priorities shifted. With your money in your mother's hands, you suddenly went from invincible to vulnerable, from a prodigy to just another person. You became obsessed with concepts like safety and security, interest and savings. You changed your major to business in the interest of those American ideals, life, liberty, and the lack of purpose. You graduated. Your mother died. You got a job with high pay and little demand. Now you're living for nobody. No one has any expectations for you. And you never published that book.
Hey, I'm not coming in today. Why? Why? I'm having an existential meltdown. That's why. No, it means... Never mind. I'm not coming in today. I'm not coming in tomorrow. And probably not the next day. And that's all you need to know. Bye.
You know that the world won't change, and you can't change it either. You just want to find meaning in this plastic and digital age, something to cherish and value. You tie your shoes and look up at the television yelling at nobody, showing you what is beauty and what can never be had. You reject the world and its use for you, the money and the artificiality. You reject the rules. You just want it to be different. If only one thing. If only once. Everyone sees themselves as a puzzle piece, locked forever in one shape, only meant to occupy one space. People abandon their desires in favor of what they think they're meant to do, to serve society. As children, we dream of being adults, of being useful, but we're always taught that selfishness is a sin. We're told to worry for others first, to be wholesome and live for the afterlife. Even the promises the priest read to you when you went to church as a boy seem like a distant dream now. You don't live for the afterlife and its promises, but you don't live for this life either. We're lost in the abyss that is what we've made of the world. The big middle, the desert of choking solitude, the world we've made, you and I, is the one where we can be alone while being surrounded by many. Heaven seems so far away, like the promises of something better given to you in years past, but all you have is the now. It's hard to reject the simplicity of our disposable society, but you have to, just to be able to take in the moment you're alive in.
Damn it. Hey, can you spare one?
Oh. Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Do you have a light?
Yeah, you don't?
No, I was just on my way to get one.
What's that?
It's my manuscript. I'm actually bringing it to the publisher today.
You're a writer?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love reading.
I mean, I used to be. I was.
Do you mind?
No, not at all.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I should have totally introduced myself before I went through your book. Oh my god, you're probably thinking I'm a crazy lady.
No, not at all.
Well, my name's Anastasia. My friends, the ones that I have, they call me Anna. Weird name, I know.
No, I actually completely understand. My parents named me Phoenix.
Not Franklin?
No, it's actually a pen name. See, these kids used to call me Frank because I looked like this other guy named Frank in middle school, and I never met him, but yeah, it's a stupid story.
No. It's neat.
So, you're starting on the last chapter?
You know what I say? The world could end at any second, and I would hate to not know the ending of your book.
Wait, what?
What?
No, it just sounds... It sounded a lot like...
Oh, besides, I'm sure these cigarettes aren't gonna last forever. Chapter 13. Adaptation and Absolution. I love alliteration.
Yeah. Me too.
The rubble hits your head and shocks you into consciousness. And you drop to the floor wishing that everything would just stay normal, that the world wouldn't change, that you had time to make what you wanted of yourself when the world as you knew it still was. Hours pass, your things lying in ruin, knocked off the walls, blasted out of the shelves. Your diploma lies on the ground, shattered, useless. You're all alone and you wonder how it came to all of this, how you were spared and why, how insignificant it seemed that only hours before you worried about your job and your desires. And now there was no job, no aspirations to be had. You grab your pack of cigarettes and head outside to see what outside is now. Seems like you just caught the tail end of the shock. Around you, buildings are shattered, and in the distance, nothing. You walk away not sure where you're going, but just walking like everybody else. Not sure what to do with their lives now, not sure what to do at all. Like a bunch of broken puzzle pieces. Useless. You pass the ruins of a church. Some try to blame God, but they're mistaken. It's not his doing men made this world what it is now. Pile of things it used to be. You settle under a bridge, collecting your thoughts, and pull out your cigarettes. No lighter. Just then a girl. A nuclear fallout, steampunk, apocalyptic holocaust beauty comes towards you from the opposite direction. Everyone else just passes on by. But she comes right next to you and asks you for a cigarette. You give her one and ask for a lighter. She asks why you don't have one, and you tell her that you haven't smoked in 3 years, that you just carry the cigarettes with you for the need of habit. She laughs and says, 3 years? I guess these are vintage then. Aged. You both sit down against the bridge, smoking what might be the last cigarette you'll ever smoke, a vestige of what used to be. Everyone else, the looters, the people on their way to work, the people trying to make phone calls and robbing banks, they just run on by, not understanding what happened to their precious little bubble of a world, never sinking in that it's really over. They don't even realize they're living their lives now as they lived them then. If they can't appreciate everything, they refuse to appreciate anything. But you and her get it. You take a good look at her and you think to yourself, please be an angel this time.